Shalom and welcome to another installment of Apostles of GMS, giving all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Today's topic is going to be entitled Prophecies and Other Subjects. So with that, I'm going to pass it off to you, and we're just going to go through this in the spirit.
Khan, yeah, because basically that's the times that we're living in right now is basically the time of prophecies. You know, so there's certain key prophecies that we're waiting for to see, you know, when they are fulfilled, to know that, you know, the end is coming very soon, you know, and right after those prophecies, not too long after that, you know, Yahweh Shai should be on his way. You know, a major prophecy that we're waiting for that's in the works that hasn't really been fulfilled yet is America and Iran, you know, basically going to war. Because once that happens, you know, that's going to bring speed things up, you know, because that's one of the major prophecies. That and the microchip, you know, being implemented on a worldwide scale, you know, especially here in Babylon the Great, so-called America, you know, and basically a lot of the stuff that's going on right now in Iran is rumors of wars right now. Basically because they want to, you know, America wants to control that landmass there because it's a very strategic landmass. Not only is it rich in petroleum and other resources, where it's actually placed is very strategic. You know, it's placed between the Persian Gulf, you know, the Caspian Sea up above it, you know, and other places up there that they can use for wealth, you know, for ships, you know, haven of ships and all of that, you know. So that's one of the main reasons why they want to control it, you know. You know, we know that it's prophecy, but the Lord, you know, he's using, he is allowing these devils to believe that they're actually fighting for that territory based off of the resources of that territory, you know. And we have here the Philadelphia Trumpet. You know, if I find any interesting articles here, I'll bring them out, you know. But matter of fact, I'll go to the book of Luke, the 21st chapter, because these are things that we're supposed to look for. Yahweh Shai said, watch as well as pray. You know, so what are we watching for? We're watching for these prophecies that are coming to pass. Now, you know, you have to really go to these different alternate media sources of news to really get the true information, you know, of what's really going on, because you're not really going to see it on CNN or even Al Jazeera. They'll have some stuff, but even them, you know, they slowly but surely starting to get into that fluff also, you know, speaking about Israel, you know, being the Israelis being persecuted wrongfully and, you know, crap like that, you know. So that's how you know that they've been infiltrated. The ones that haven't been infiltrated, they know that them so-called Jews, them gutter rats, the international bankers, the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, and them, they're the ones that's behind the scenes manipulating everything that's going on. But this is Luke chapter 21, and I believe it's verse 20. I started 25. It says, "And there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring." So basically, there's going to be signs. You see, you know, there's lunar eclipses, solar eclipses, you know, different things that are, you know, certain alignment of stars, you know, to let you know that there's certain events that are coming soon, you know, to fulfill prophecies. And then it also says, and upon the earth, distress of nations. And you see that happening. You know, there's still a lot of stuff going on in the Eurozone, so to speak. You know, stuff that's not being brought out in the media here in America. You know, you have a lot of stuff going on in Syria, infightings, you know, wars on the ground. You know, throughout those so-called Arab nations. You know, because the Most High is stirring that pot. You got to remember that Persian Gulf over there is a very key spot or position, you know, on the planet, to where that and the Euphrates River, which is all kind of connected with each other, because that's the hot spot, where the Lord is going to bring forth this last and final war, which is otherwise known as World War III. So it says that there's going to be distress of nations with perplexity. That's why you see in certain things going on. A certain, some of the stuff is a fluff, but some of it is real. That's popping off over there in the Middle East and surrounding areas. So you have to be, watching for these things. Matter of fact, as I mentioned the Persian Gulf, I mentioned the Euphrates River. I'll go real quick to Joel, the 2nd chapter, because this is a key scripture pertaining to the situation that's going on over there. This is Joel chapter 2, verse 20. It says, "But I will remove far off from you the northern army." And who is that northern army? America. Now, more and more of these Arab nations and some of those other Islamic nations that are out there, whether they are Arabs or Hamites or whatever, they're starting to see, or they've been seeing, that America is nothing but the great Satan. And they're chanting death to America. America is the great Satan. Death upon this place, because they're seeing the injustice that America is doing through their troops. So it says, "But I will remove far from you the northern army." Now the northern army is America. The Lord is taking those armies and bringing them over to that side of the world. That's why you see things every once in a while popping up with Iraq, over there in Afghanistan. Iran is starting to brew up. You had situations going on in Syria, and those surrounding areas over there. It says, "And will drive them into a land barren and desolate." So what is that land barren and desolate? That's over there in Saudi Arabia. When you look at a map, you see that over there in Saudi Arabia, Iraq, in those areas, that's pretty much a barren desert. That's why the first time the American troops went over there, I believe it was back in 1990, they called it Desert Shield. Why? Because they were fighting in the desert. They had desert camouflage, that they were fighting in, right? It says, because the land is barren and desolate, with its face towards the East Sea. Now the East Sea, if you're standing in that barren and desolate land and you're looking towards the east, what do you see there? The Persian Gulf. And that's the area or body of water that is connected to the Euphrates River, which is also a strategic place on the planet today that the Most High is using to gather these armies to bring what's called Armageddon. Which most people still to this day do not understand what the word Armageddon means. The word Armageddon is not no fight in the heavens, with angel and Satan up in the heavens. That's a fairy tale.
Even though there will be a fight up in the heavens, which is Revelation, the 12th chapter. And we can get into that too, to show you that there's going to be, as Lahab would put it, a climactic battle. So there's going to be a battle in the sky and on the earth at the same time.
Yeah, that's right. And that's what they don't understand. Because see, when they read that, which Lord's will, we'll get into it. When they read that, they're thinking that it's actually, Michael, Yahweh Shai, the angels fighting with actual Satan, the spiritual demon Satan. But the Satan that they're fighting is America. Why do you think the Arab countries and all them call America the great Satan? Because the so-called white man, which is known as the Edomites, they're Satan. They're the devil. Because the script don't the scriptures say that the devil is red? Well, the so-called white man is not really white. He's red. They're different shades of red. They're not an off-white. They're not a beige. They're not a dirty white. Like High Priest Ariah used to say, they're red. So that's why I said the great red dragon. Fought. Matter of fact, let me finish this up, and then Lord's will we'll jump into that if the Spirit will. Back in Joel 2:20, "But I will remove far off from you the northern army, and will drive him into a land buried and desolate, and with his face towards the east sea, which is the Persian Gulf, and his hinder part toward the utmost sea, which is the Red Sea." And you see situations going on with the Red Sea, because those are strategic points on the earth that are good for trade. And those are the spots that the Lord chose to bring forth his final judgment. It says, and his stink shall come up. Why is his stink going to come up? Because there's going to be a lot of dead soldiers laying around from this destruction.
And that's it's talking about the